I had some extra time over the weekend, so I'm coming out with another video. This one's going to be a tips and tricks or tactics video about defensive cav. A lot of players see cavalry as a purely offensive piece, and I think that is oftentimes a mistake, especially when you're playing defensively. I think cavalry is very, very instrumental in keeping your backline safe. Now, this is just a video or a recording against an AI. It's not going to be anything impressive. It's mainly just here to showcase this strategy. As you can see, or maybe I shouldn't say strategy, this tactic. As you can see, I've got these 3 Jade Lancers back here. Jade Lancers specifically, I think, are very good for this role. Same with Empire Knights. Any kind of heavily armored cav unit that is pretty slow, mediocre stats, but they're really just there to hold an opponent in place. They have really high mass. You may be wondering why I've got some in the back. Basically, these guys have a few different jobs. They can defend against any vanguard units. I think I probably should still have like a unit or 2 of spears back here for that instance as well. But these Jade Lancers have the mobility to be in more than one place at once. The enemy, if they're just attacking infantry, can usually cycle charge or disengage and run around, get into your backline regardless. But if you have the kind of speed that Cav have, you can keep them stuck in a certain area. These guys, they're not being seen by the Fleshhounds here. When the Fleshhounds charge in, they'll be able to get a counter charge and save this entire flank. This Bloodthirster, again, it's an AI, so it's not being very smart, but this Bloodthirster's coming straight in for my Dragon-Blooded Shugengan Lord. She's going to run back to these Cav, and this is a bit of a trap, but this is just the strength of defensive Cav. They're going to surround him, and they're going to pin him in place. She's going to get free. He's not going to get his target. There she goes. She's off, and he cannot catch her. He's got Jade Lancers, just a few of them, stuck in between him and her. She's coming around, and he has no real easy way out except for killing these Jade Lancers. Over here, this flank is being defended. Fleshhounds being pushed off by more Jade Lancers, and my backline is just untouched. Now, it is an AI opponent. I believe if the player were playing, they would probably disengage these blood crushers, come around, and just wreak havoc in my backline. So again, it's probably good to have a couple of spear units in the back, but I'm really just showing this to get across this point. Jade Lancers are being terrified, so finally this Bloodthirster's free, and as you can see, he's just got the Celestial Dragon Guard to worry about. He walks right through them. They have no mass. He walks right out, he's free to go do what he wants and come after this Dragon-Blooded Shugengan. She, however, can just run straight back to these Jade Lancers. Looks like she's getting stopped up a bit. Let's see if she squeezes past him. And she's running back to her safety point. He just can't get a hold of her. She'd be dead 5 times over if there weren't these Cav to defend her. On this side, these Jade Lancers just finished off some Fleshhounds. These Jade Lancers just finished off some Fleshhounds. It looks like one side has broken, so my back line's now being opened up. But the Bloodthirster is being just demolished. I've got a couple Peasant Archers wailing on him, those Celestial Dragon Guard, and these Jade Lancers holding him in place. He doesn't have an easy out this way, but sometimes you're not microing and against a player or AI, they may just leave him in combat. So he's about to die. I've got these Jade Lancers coming back to deal with these Blood Crushers. These Jade Lancers routing off this last Fleshhound unit. And again, this is against an AI, so this is not a perfect... Man, that wind spell was terribly placed. This isn't a perfect scenario, but I really just wanted to illustrate why defensive Cav can be so good and so effective. I highly encourage taking 2 or 3 of them, putting them behind your lines just so you can move around where they need to be and keep your backline safer than if you just had infantry, because infantry, it can't move that quick. Infantry can't get in the enemy's way fast enough, and your opponent can just pull your army apart and kill you. But if you've got cavalry, you can keep the pace and you can keep them off your important targets. So that's a quick one for today. Tips and tricks, I don't know how many of these I may end up doing, but just something I thought I would share with you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later.